My top three priorities as a campus assistant principal are: number one, instructional leadership. It's important that best practices are being used in every classroom. It's important also that teachers are growing in their capacity as educators and leaders, and that when I see misconceptions across the board, professional development is taking place or teachers are being connected with veteran teachers to ensure that growth is being prioritized in every classroom. My second thing is to improve campus culture. Now, it's important to adhere to campus vision. It's important to handle discipline and referrals in a timely manner. And it's very critical for me to organize and prioritize things in a way that makes the teacher's job nice and streamlined, where they can focus on teaching and learning with their students. Last thing I would prioritize is the community itself. Being visible and active community member as the assistant principal is very important for the overall image and interactions between the school and community, and engaging with the parents. Can't say that enough. Engaging with the parents as the assistant principal and building those relationships and trust with them. I've worked on Title I campus for my entire career, so every achievement I've had, everything you see on my resume, actually happened on a campus with 85 to 99% economically disadvantaged students. I was highly successful as a general education teacher by focusing on growth above all else, focusing on engaging students with a curriculum that was culturally relevant and made real world connections, and also bridging and making those connections with parents. Those are the three things I focused on. But my first thing that I would actually do on a campus to improve tier one instruction would be to focus on checks for understanding. And I would do that for a couple of reasons. Number one, it really helps to keep the engagement up when you chunk the material and break and check for understanding. But secondly, it allows the teacher to be very effective in combating misconceptions and automatically breaking students into tier two and tier three groups based on those misconceptions. So without that engagement and without those checks for understanding, I think it's really hard to have effective lessons. So that's the first thing I would address. I think trust is something that you earn. I prioritize all my interactions and relationships with what I call my three P's, which are people, purpose, and product. I invest first and foremost in the people by investing my time and my energy into them, whether that's staying after the coach or teacher, whether that's staying on the phone a little longer to deal with the situation that occurred with the parent's child and rectifying it. Those things help other people and people in the community, your teachers, understand that you care about them as a person first. I think secondly, I care about the purpose, right? So my purpose is student outcomes, but other people have different purposes. So really just taking the time to listen to that and take that in so we can come to a shared understanding of purpose together. And then lastly, I really focus on the product. Student outcomes is that product, right? But when people, particularly parents and the community members, see that the student outcomes have improved and their student is able to achieve and learn, even when teachers see that, that brings about a sort of trust, right? Because you have actually stayed the course and accomplished something. So doing those three things, first investing in the people and investing my time in them, doing those three things helps me to achieve trust in any community that I'm in. And I think a positive culture and climate looks like a place where teachers are working collaboratively across grade levels and across disciplines, where parents are actively engaged with the student learning as well as campus activities, where students have great relationships with their teachers, and where administrators have a clear vision that takes into account all the community stakeholders, and they make critical decisions as transparently as possible.